Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. I was just doing a live stream a minute ago and my camera went bloop, bloop. And then I was like, you know what? Live stream over. Hey. So I do apologize, Doc, but welcome to my channel. I'm the infamous Kiki, and I am a XJW, ex Jehovah's Witness. If you do not know, what Jehovah's Witness is, I suggest you look it up. But they are the people who go door to door and talking about, hey, we need to preach the good news of God and Jehovah, or whatever, 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 whatever. Okay, so if you don't understand what that is, then that's what that is all about. A lot of you guys have subscribed to my channel and watch my XJW videos because I used to participate in the Reddit communities for the XJW communities, but I stopped because, it's not really my thing per se, I guess. But hey, I still am XJW and I still have not talked about the changes that have happened in the past 6 months. So I know in XJW community, people are like, "Are you going to talk about what changes have happened with the Watchtower?" And I'm like, "Yeah, well, I've been putting it off and putting it off. So now, since I got my camera set up and things are going, I got my camera back on, and I've been really, really wanting to talk about this. So let's go ahead and get into this." Now, if you don't know my Jehovah's Witness story, it is quite a doozy. And I have a whole playlist that I will put at the end of this video, or you can look in my list of playlists, and it says I have an XJW playlist where I talk about how I joined the organization. I was not born a witness, so let me just say that and put some context into it. That I was not born into Jehovah's Witness cult. I was not born into it like most people are. I came into it at the age of 13 on my own, by the way. I started studying on my own. I did not have family or friends that were Jehovah's Witnesses. It was just me. So that's how my story is a bit unique. And that's how I was able to leave and not realize a lot of the things that were going on about the shunning and all that. I didn't learn these things until the pandemic. I did not learn about the shunning. Like, I was at home bored like everybody else, and I kept hearing about CSA, child S. You know what CSA stand for. If you don't, look it up. But I didn't know about the fact that they were people in Jehovah's Witness organization that were abusing, that were doing bad things to children. So I couldn't believe it. I was like, as much as I remember what the Catholic Church went through their whole imbroglio and everything we were taught when I was a Jehovah's Witness. I was there when we went through the Catholic. The Catholics were being found out. The priests were, diddling around with little boys and little girls, and we thoroughly condemned it as an organization. I was baptized in the organization. I was with the organization, left, and then came back and got baptized and then left again. So I have not been disfellowshipped. Disfellowship basically means you get kicked out of the organization. I wasn't kicked out. So I guess I found out like a couple of years ago that even if you're inactive, you're still counted in the roles as a Jehovah's Witness. That blew my mind. I'm still counted. I don't want to be counted. And that there's a process you have to go to have yourself removed. And I haven't done it, but I don't want to be out somewhere out there. I guess your girl is still being counted. The organization that I belonged to in the 90s is very different than what it is today. So I just give you some frame of reference. I was 13 in the 90s. So I'm old. I'm an old head, y'all. I'm an old head. I'm not I didn't join the organization and leave a couple of years ago. I've been gone over 20 years. So I've been worldly, been an apostate. I guess y'all want to call me an apostate. I'm an apostate. That's such a loaded word, apostate. But I've been gone for a long time out of the organization. And it is amazing to me, because I subscribe to XJW channels, the changes that have happened. So we're going to talk about the changes, and then we're going to get to a Q&A about me. So if you are not watching this video live, which most of y'all won't watch it live, you can kind of fast forward. I promise you I won't be long. Let me look at my timer. It is 4:13 my time, and I promise you I'm not going to take very long. And we're going to talk about the changes. Number one thing that really shocked me, we're not going in chronological order, just order of shock. Number one thing that shocked me was the beard. So Jehovah's Witnesses for the longest time could not wear beards. The men cannot wear beards at all, or mustaches were highly frowned upon. It was called being worldly, or it was called being hippie-ish. Like I was told this in the organization. They used to trot out Bible verses, the reason why you couldn't wear a beard or a mustache or a goatee. And if you were a brother that tried it, you were going to get nowhere fast in the organization. You were going to get nowhere at all. You're not going to get any special privileges. You're not going to be an elder. You're not going to be a ministerial servant. You weren't going to be none of that shit. If you walked up in here with a little scruff, even if you forgot to shave and you had like a little 5 o'clock shadow, I promise you some elder will pull you aside and be like, brother, excuse me, brother, but you're looking a little rough there, brother. You might need to clean that up next time we come to the meeting. You need to clean that on up, brother. We just want you to look presentable before Jehovah. Okay. Like that's you would have a talking to. If you even show a little scruffy, and then you have to explain, I was sick, brother. My razor broke. I didn't have time to shave and I just ran out the house. I didn't want to be late to the meeting. Whatever excuse that I've heard guys use as to why they had a little scruff. Okay. So a month ago, they came out and said, or December, I think it was December and November, saying that that not wearing beards wasn't biblical, and so now it's not biblical. I was shocked. My jaw dropped. I never thought in my lifetime that Jehovah's Witness would let men wear beards, even though like all the publications have like Jesus and Noah and all the disciples, and they had beards. I never understood that. I was like, well, they have beards, so why can't brothers wear beards now? Like, oh, well, back then they could, but now we can't. Oh, okay. So now they changed it. And so apparently from what I've seen, it may have stumbled a few people, but then a few other people, they did, most of the guys, the pictures I've seen, the videos, the YouTube channels, brothers, they just been ran with it. They just been ran with it, y'all. They were just like, you know what, beard, we got it. Go on, get it. So they apparently ran with it. Which is good for them, good for them. Because, I like a clean crop beard. It's kind of cute. It's sexy. So that was a shock. And number two, the other thing that shocked me, the changes that they came along with religious doctrine. Now, being a Jehovah's Witness, there are what was it? What was it? Henry Clark calls Christianity a male chauvinist doomsday cult, or a male chauvinist death cult, because that's really what Christianity is. All the Abrahamic faiths are pretty much a male chauvinist death cult. So doomsday, it's all about death and doomsday. And again, if you don't know me, I'm not religious. I'm a firm atheist, almost a pagan. So I guess I don't believe in kind of like magical things, but I don't deny it either, but I don't believe in like Abrahamic faiths like Christianity, Judaism, Islam. I respect people's faith. I have friends who are of these faiths, and that's okay. As long as you're not trying to proselytize me or convert me, we're good. But the doctrination is that at the end, Jehovah's Witnesses believe in Armageddon. They believe the last days are going to come, and there's going to be a battle between like Jehovah's, like there's going to be a lot of persecution of God's chosen people. And if you didn't know, Jehovah's Witnesses believe that they are God's chosen people on earth. They believe that when Armageddon comes, ain't nobody else gonna be saved. Well, let me say that they did think that. Okay, they did think nobody's gonna be saved, and if you weren't one of Jehovah's Witnesses, then you was gonna die. So good luck with that. So even family members and friends, if they're not witnesses, they're gonna die. So that's a whole point to me. I've been told as being a witness is to preach the good news and convert people over. That was the whole point of this whole thing. That you had to make sure you was right with Jehovah and right with the organization, because when Armageddon came, and if you weren't, shit, you may not have made it. You may get smoted, smoot. You may get struck down. You may get caught up in the, there wasn't no rapture, but you weren't going to make it to paradise earth if you weren't. Now they didn't change. They didn't change things. Now, if tribulation is here and Armageddon is here, and then people are like, well, those Jehovah's Witnesses were right. Maybe I need to jump on board now. Apparently now you can jump on board at the last minute, and you can still be saved, because God don't know the time or the hour, and we can't. And apparently the Watchtower now can't determine who's not going to be saved. Apparently they don't have all the answers. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Like apparently now they don't have all the answers. We don't, you know what? We don't have all the answers, brothers. We don't have all the answers. Only Jehovah really knows who's really going to be saved. And in the Bible, we can't really know, brothers. We can't know. So, you know, we just gonna leave it up to Jehovah. But if you come at the last minute and be like, hey, this is the truth, or oh my God, I want to convert, I guess so. All of your life, you towing the line and doing things that you have to do. So that's kind of like out the window now. So you don't have to really toe the line anymore. That's crazy. That's crazy. So what is the whole point of doing all of this? What is the whole point then? Like, why would you stay a faithful witness? Why you be like, I'm gonna go live my life, I'm gonna go do my own thing? Why even bother shunning people? That's why I kept telling people the whole shunning thing to me was just all about numbers and demographics and money. Because why, if it's really about saving lives towards Armageddon, then there wouldn't be so much of an emphasis on shunning. If your relative wanted to leave and he or she wanted to leave, then you could just tell them like, hey, look, man, the door is still open. You can still come back at any time. And I still love you. And even though you don't go to meetings and stuff, we still gonna hang out. And we ain't gonna talk about religion. We just gonna be cool. But no, people are shunned because you're forcing people to stay in the organization because you need the donations, you need the numbers, you need the manpower. Somebody got to build these event centers and kingdom halls and the media. The media center. Somebody got to build all. You got to get free labor from somewhere. So you can't just have people just leaving. So I just feel like if I was a witness right now, how would I feel? I would feel like all of this was for no, like for no, honey. All like I'm doing all this for what? Like why? So that was shocking. I really thought so. Apparently, for all those of us who are apostates, we still have time. Like I swear to God, on my life, I'm putting on. I swear to on God, on a fictitious God. I own everything I love. If the ish go down and look, everything that Watchtower say come true, I'll be the first person to get on this video and be like, y'all, oh my God, Watchtower had it right. Oh my God, we all gonna repent and just go back. There really is a God. There really is a Jesus. He coming down. He finna fight Armageddon. It's gonna be a fisticuff. It's gonna be a bloodbath. Mofo's gonna die. Oh my God, Watchtower had it right. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. We're going back. We're going back. Everybody get in the Kingdom Hall tomorrow. Get on the Zoom call right now. Get in the Zoom meeting. Get in the Zoom. God damn it, get on the Zoom meeting right now. Get on the shit. Turn the shit on. Like they have the truth. Like if everything that Jehovah's Witnesses say end up coming true in my lifetime, I'm gonna be the first person to convert. Like I'm just gonna tell you right now, they talking about the sheep and the goats. They got rid of the sheep and the goats shit. They got rid of that. If that happens, I'll be the first person going back, y'all. I'm gonna get on here and do a video. I'm gonna go on TikTok. I'm gonna go viral. I'm gonna be twerking for Jehovah Witness. I'm gonna be twerking. I'll be up there twerking, talking about y'all need to go to the Watchtower, twerk for the Lord, twerk for the Lord. Like I'm be twerking. I'm be shaking some. I'm trying to convert everybody I can. If it turns out towards the end that Watchtower got it right, I'm going back. I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm trying to save me and my family. But in the meantime, all that other bullshit they talking about, I'm not down with. And I believe it when I see it. The other change that they did, the third change, is with the field service ministry. Field service ministry is just a fancy way of saying going door to door. So Jehovah's Witnesses, they go door to door. And they also set up placards at malls or train stations or wherever, and they stand there and they pass out like watchtowers. I think that's what they do. They pass out little track cards. I think I haven't really got into because things have changed. When I was younger, I hated going door to door. Let me tell you something. Hated going door to door. That's one of the reasons why I left, was because of the ministry. I'm normally an introverted person. Look, I know what y'all about to say. Really, you introverted, Kiki? You. Yeah, I'm introverted. On camera, I'm on, but like I'm an introverted person. So the idea of going up to strangers and talking to strangers is not my idea of fun. It's not my idea of shits and giggles time. It's not something I enjoyed. I didn't enjoy like embarrassing myself and having people slam doors in your faces, have people curse you out, have really creepy weirdos answer the door naked, because I've had creepy weirdos answer the door in their negativity. Have people call you names, oh, you guys are part of that cult, and have people embarrass you. Like I didn't like none of that. So that's one of the reasons I left. And then there were such strict rules of how many hours you had to do. And you're a publisher, you're a pioneer. Pioneer, you did 80 hours a month. Publishers did 60 or below 60. It just got to the point where I thought of every excuse not to go out in field service because I hated it so much. Now they hadn't changed the rules now to where you ain't got to count your hours. You ain't gotta do nothing. You ain't gotta count your hours no more. You ain't gotta say where you went. You ain't really gotta say what kind of publications you passing out. All it is. And my mouth dropped like this. I was so confused. I was like, so oh, you have the Fabulous Me has the same crowns. Oh girl, okay, Fabulous Me. Hey, how you doing? Do you have this one? Because I got the company. Y'all hold on. Y'all hold on a minute. Okay, let me Fabulous Me, Fabulous Me. Do you have this one, girl? Do you have this one? I like this one, but it keeps squeezing my head real tight. I'm gonna put it on. It's Fabulous Me says the same crown. We twins. I like a person that likes a crown. I like a good crown. No, you don't have the diadem, girl. Get the diadem. I had one of my YouTubers buddies buy this set for me off Amazon, y'all. Y'all want to know it's off Amazon because it was on my Amazon. I have like a wish list, and he got my wish list, and so thank to. Hi, it's a great set. It really is, and I wear it like all the time. I tell my kids, I was like, bow down. But anyway, like I was saying about Jehovah's Witnesses, while we doing crown talk, I'm about to do a Q&A in a minute after I get through talking about this, and we're going to talk about some things about me that people wanted to know. I've had questions over the past year about my YouTube channel, about myself. I'm like, yay. But yeah, they don't have to clock in hours no more. And I'm just like, what is happening? Yay. Okay. Watchtower just trying, and I feel like there are going to be more changes. And right now, like Jehovah's Witnesses are suing Norway. Like I didn't know that was a thing you could, because apparently Norway took away their tax exempt status as a religion. And so they're suing Norway. So apparently Jehovah's Witnesses, they don't have no money to really help out, but they suing Norway. Like I had suggestions for Jehovah's Witnesses. Like I think the whole organization needs to be revamped. Like I know that they're getting into like the televangelism thing. I don't care what anybody say. I called this years ago. Years and years ago, that they were going to go into the televangelist thing, that they were going to start broadcasting more and more and have an app and have a channel, and all their sermons and talks are going to be online. And because a lot of other religions have already started doing this. And I feel like that's going to be the next step for the Jehovah's Witness. So I think that's coming. They're going to have more biblical dramas and more places to tour at Patterson. If y'all don't know where Patterson is at, it's like the Bethel, like near the Jehovah's Witness headquarters. And I just think the Jehovah's Witnesses, they have the potential. I don't have the hatred like XJWs do. I don't have that level of hate, because I didn't experience anything that bad being a witness. I left because it just was not for me. It was too stressful. It was too hard. I like freedom. I like to live my life. I go to a beat of a different drummer, mentally and emotionally and, religiously and sexually. And I just couldn't be that conservative. Like I couldn't, I like gays too much, and, and I couldn't see myself. There's other things that I wanted to do in my life that I know being a witness would come in conflict with. But I think the Jehovah's Witnesses as a religion as a whole, the people are nice. I don't care what anybody say. I'm not going to drag. Y'all expect me to drag the religion, and I'm really not. If that's what you choose to do, then that's how you choose to live your life. I'm not here to tell you need to lead an organization like some other ex-JW YouTubers are. I'm saying do you, but I'm just saying that if it comes to the point where you feel like you are having unhealthy feelings about yourself, about your sexuality, about your life, about you just feel stifled, there's just the organization is not for everybody. Some people it's great for, some people it is not. So if it is not for you, then I think you should have the option to explore and be yourself. And I think the organization just needs to be a bit more flexible. Like when it comes to hardcore biblical doctrine, then I understand. But then there's other things in the organization that they just should be more flexible with. Little nitpick, like the beard thing. I didn't know the reason why we didn't have beards is because Judge Rutherford didn't like Charles Taze Russell, and he was mad beefing with him. Like he was mad beefing. And that's the reason why he had them all like shave their beards off, because it was petty. So a lot of these rules and regulations that Jehovah's Witnesses have nothing to do with Bible. Like birthdays. Why don't Jehovah's Witnesses celebrate birthdays? Like, it's dumb. A lot of the holidays is dumb. Like, I get Christmas, I get Easter, I get that. I get the nationalistic holidays because you got to be separate from the world. So I understand not doing like July 4th and all. But the birthday thing is dumb. I know Jehovah's Witnesses that didn't do wedding anniversaries. Valentine's Day is dumb, I guess. Like, I mean, to me, your kids should be able to have a damn birthday party. And I understand, the Jehovah's Witnesses want to be in the world, but separate from the world and all that. These rules need to be rethought. And I said that they should have just new light that shit. Just be like, new light. And that's what they're doing now. And I understand you got to take things incrementally and baby steps, because I know some people have probably been stumbled and pissed off about these changes. And then Toni Morris has disappeared. Like, I understand. Like, I get it. That change is going to be hard for a lot of the old timers. But, if you want to grow as an organization and bring new people in, you can't be this strict. Like, you can't hide Jehovah's Witnesses indoctrination, because too many people can go on the internet and just Google search it, and just pull up XJW Reddit sites and YouTube channels. So it's just out there. So, I just said, you go give it the times. There's a lot of things that Jehovah's Witnesses believe and think that have nothing to do with the damn Bible. They are not biblical. The blood doctrine, that's not biblical. Birthdays, that shit ain't biblical. Nobody's ingesting blood. Like, they should revamp the whole blood doctrine. That too. Like, if they would loosen some of these rules and change some of these things, you could really bring more people in the organization. If you really provide hope and an outlet for people, and provide hope and positivity, instead of so much there's so much damn negativity being a Jehovah's Witness. Everything is negative. Everything is gossipy. That's the reason why I got out of the XJW Reddit groups. Like, I know y'all gonna be upset because I'm gonna post links to this video on Reddit, and some of y'all gonna come in. And I'm not talking about everybody on Reddit. I'm not talking about all the XJW community, but I tried to be a part of y'all, and I just end up fighting with people because I'm like, some of y'all have the same mentality that y'all had when y'all was in the organization. And it's not a healthy mentality. It's busybody, it's pettiness, it's control, it's judgmentalness. There's a lot of XJWs who are some judgmental ass people. And I don't like that. I'm like, if I wanted to deal with people like that, I would have stayed in the fucking organization. I don't want judgmental zealots as friends. I want people who are more open-minded, who are like, okay. And I understand some people hate the organization. I'm not talking about those people who have actually been damaged and they really go in an organization. If that's you, that's your story, go in. I have no problem with people going in on the organization or hating it or trying to get people out or being an advocate or being an activist, an XJW activist. I have no problem with that. I have a problem with the people that judge other ex-Jehovah's Witnesses and their lifestyles and what they do in their life. And they think it's cool because they expect you to act a certain way because you have a YouTube channel, Lloyd Evans. Anyway, because I supported Lloyd. I still support Lloyd. That's my dude. Man, Lloyd know I got his back. And just people just getting into other people's businesses because Jehovah's Witnesses are busybody, and God, they take some kind of these ex-Jehovah's Witnesses take some high moral ground, and I'm like, really? Like, this is what you're not questioning how you were raised? Like, there are ex-Jehovah's Witnesses who are very like conservative and such that don't like gay people and stuff, and I'm just like, you're still holding on to the indoctrination that you were raised with, and I'm like, you need to learn to question that about yourself. I had to do a lot of soul searching and questioning about a lot of things that I was raised inside and outside the organization. And sometimes you have to tear down your own belief system. And sometimes it's not fun. Sometimes it's painful. Sometimes you have to realize painful truths about your own self that is not pretty. But that's just part of growing and being an adult. That's just part of you finding your own truth and you finding your own way. And it's possible, even if you still want to be religious, you don't have to give up God because you're not a Jehovah's Witness. You can still be a believer. There are plenty of religious people on YouTube who believe in God and believe in Christ and believe in all of God's teachings and all that stuff. They just don't believe that Jehovah's Witnesses is God's organization. And that's fine. There should be enough room in the XJW community for all of us, whether you be gay, straight, pagan, Christian, because all of us have to follow our own paths. And it's okay. And I'm not here to judge nobody. I don't want to judge anybody. So that's what I have to say about, you know, the XJW thing. That's what I've been trying to get off my chest for a while. So now we're going to move into the Q&A. Y'all are curious. Um, so first of all, let's start the obvious in the Q&A part. I'm an XJW. I have a playlist about I tell my story in like 3 different parts about how I became a Jehovah's Witness. I was 13 years old and I found some watchtowers in my laundry room. We lived in an apartment complex, and I'm a fan of history, and I was a fan of religion. I was raised Pentecostal, and I started reading the watchtowers, and on the back of the watchtowers, they used to have this little thing saying that if you want to subscribe to the Watchtower, the Awakes were my favorite. They were like right here, send in a donation. So I sent a donation in an envelope, and I wrote to the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. And then eventually, probably a month or so later, I had 2 sisters show up at my door, and they were looking for me, and they were dumbfounded because they were looking for an adult. And and then my grandmother answered the door, and my grandmother's like, you want to see my granddaughter? Like, why? You know, and so my grandmother thought they were teachers. So she thought I was in trouble at school. She's like, what'd you do? Are you in trouble at school? And I'm like, what are you talking about? There's these 2 white ladies at the door, and da 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 da. And I was like, I haven't done anything in school. I said, why would they be here? And then we went to the door, went back to the door, and I came to the door, and I'm like, yeah. And they're like, Lakeisha? And I'm like, yeah, me. They're like, did you write it? And I was like, yeah, I did write it like a month ago, blah, 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 blah. I didn't know you guys were going to hand deliver a Bible. And they showed up with some watchtowers and a Bible, and they asked me, did I want to do a Bible study? And I'm like, I love the Lord. I love Jesus. I want to know more about Bible truth. And I agreed to having a study. And my grandmother was like, oh my God, what have you gotten yourself into? Do you not know those are Jehovah's Witnesses? And I barely heard of witnesses. I was like, I don't know what that means. Is that kind of like Mormons? And so the rest was history. That's how I started studying. I left the I was in the organization from 13 to I was like 17, and then I left, and then I had a really interesting gang life. I joined a gang. I hung around with gang members. I was running these streets, and then once I got to be about 21 or 22, I decided to go back, and then I left again at 25. So I've been out of the organization for almost 25 years, and I left and I didn't look back. But I always had a favorable view of the organization until 2020 came. And then Lisa Remini, she had like a special about Jehovah's Witnesses and the scandals. And I watched it twice because I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I couldn't believe this organization was covering up CSA. And I was horrified. Because to me, Jehovah's Witnesses were on the up and up. I always had nice things to say. I said, I couldn't make it in the organization. But I said, if anybody had the truth, I felt like I was a Jehovah's Witness apologist, y'all. I felt like if anybody had the truth, it was Jehovah's Witnesses. I really still believe that. And I was like, I don't believe in religion, but if out of all the Christian religions, this one is the best one out of all of them. Now I don't feel that way. I feel like they're just as corrupt as any other religion. But that's how much, you know, I was a non-issue. I just felt like I failed and Jehovah's Witnesses weren't for me. But I felt like it was a good organization run by good people. I had no idea about all the stuff with the CSA. And I was so heartbroken and sad. Like, I really had to take a time. And so I went into a whole deep dive in 2020, watching videos, joining XJW community, and just in shock at the shunning. When I was around, the shunning was not a thing. It was, I swear to God, it was not a thing until after the 90s. It was not a big deal. It was not a thing. I know people still talk to their family members. It was not emphasized. I learned that time went on, it became emphasized. And so that's how the shunning happened. And it became ramped up and more and more and more as the 2000s got around. But then again, you know, I left the organization after people really started to lean, the organization leaned heavily in the shunning. And I just felt sad. I listened to so many people's stories, so many ruined lives, so many people that haven't gotten justice. And it was just sad. Like it still makes me sad that that doesn't have, to me, it's unnecessary. I don't understand why it has to be that way. I don't understand why you would cover up for these monsters in your organization. I still don't understand. I've done videos about it. You know, you watch my XJW playlist, and I've done videos about it, and I still don't understand as to why a cover up is a thing. And then knowing that in other religions they do the same thing, that disturbs me. that a lot of this is, and I hate to, I'm not trying to sound sexist or drag men, but a lot of this is very male based. A lot of this, and it just kind of, like the things that I've heard, I'm kind of like, are y'all listening to these stories and are people kind of like getting off on it? Like, I have my own like conspiracy theories as to why so much, there's just so many hangups in Christian religion regarding sexuality and intimacy that it just, there has to be something there. Like, it's just, that's the first thing that they seem to go for. They don't like the gays. They try to control what kind of intimacy you're having. There's religions where as a married person, you can't do certain positions and certain things, even while you're married in certain religions, not Jehovah's Witnesses, but like how Jehovah's Witnesses, there's no masturbation. And it's like, it always boils down to something, some weird, creepy, pent up feeling regarding intimacy. And that just disturbs me as somebody who feels like I'm a free spirit and I believe in body positivity, sexual positivity. I just find it really creepy that these people are so obsessed over anything that had to deal with sexuality. Like, they were obsessed with it. These religions are obsessed. They're obsessed. The women got to keep their body covered. The men can't wear tight pants. Because you don't want to entice, you don't want to look gay, and you can't be gay, and you can't be trans, and you can't be having any kind of thoughts, and you can't look at adult content, and you can't, like, I just find it really creepy that all these religions are so hung up on that. Like, they're not hung up on you know people being alcoholic, or people taking illegal substances and ruining their lives, because there's a lot of that in Christianities too. There's a lot of alcoholics, there's a lot of people doing illegal substances, there's a lot of people cheating and stealing and doing things that are morally wrong, and then not, some stuff not legal, and some stuff that is just irreprehensible biblically speaking. But it's like, we're not worried about orphans and widows and poor people and all the things that Jesus, if he existed, talked about. We're not worried about that. They're hung up on the sex thing. Like, I just the level of control around your loins is weird. It gives me a real weird, creepy, oogie feeling. So I have to say it about that. So that's about me. That's about my story. People ask, how did I get a YouTube channel? Well, this channel, this name is actually my YouTube name, the same name I've changed my name, but my channel, they say I've been started a long time ago, but this was actually like my personal YouTube account. It's still my personal YouTube account. Like, I don't try to hide. Like, I go and comment on people's videos as the infamous Kiki. But it was my regular YouTube account. I didn't have a YouTube channel. I started a YouTube channel in 2019 because I had businesses. So I started doing videos, I should say, because I wanted to expand and advertise and showcase my business. That's how my channel started out as. I had a whole different name in 2019. So I did a few videos and stuff like that. But then eventually, I got away from that. And so then 2020 came, and then my business really ramped up and I couldn't really do videos. But the videos I did do was really talking about my Etsy business and stuff like that. All of that changed in 2021. So in 2021, there is a channel called Teflon TV, hosted by my brother from another mother, Tony Teflon. And he has and if you don't know Tony Teflon, he does TV shows. He does Game of Thrones. I got into Game of Thrones. And so I started to be part of the Game of Thrones community. So I started to being on other people's channels. People would invite me on to talk about Game of Thrones initially. So then Tony Teflon, we used to do our After Dark stream. And then on the After Dark stream, anything can go, because it's After Dark and it goes down. It goes down in the DMs, or it used to go down in the chat. And the After Dark stream was live and it was lit. And I used to be on the After Dark stream every weekend. And the things that I would say, which I didn't think was very controversial, but people would be like, here comes Kiki. And people would get on the stream just to listen to my stories that I told, which I have a lot of stories. If you look at my playlist, All About Me section, I talk about me going to swinger clubs, and I would get on there and talk about like all my life escapades. I used to be in a gang. I used to hang around swingers. I used to like, all this sounds thrown off, but this is really just my life. Like, I've lived a very full life. I've had 2 complicated pregnancies. I've been married. I was a Jehovah's Witness. Like, people would want to talk about different aspects of my life and the different phases of my life because I've lived a lot and I've lived a lot of phases. So people would say, people would say I was infamous because I got the reputation of just saying crazy shit. But I didn't really say crazy shit. I just kept it real. And so we would do it after dark stream. And this went on for quite a while. And I miss our after dark streams. For those who are Tony Teflon people, y'all, I say hi to y'all because y'all, that's where I got the bulk of my subscribers is in 2021. 2022 hit, I started watching Love After Lockup in 90 Day, and I started to join that community. So there's a channel called Geo Malik, and he would invite, and he still does invite people on to talk. And last year, like I used to be on Geo Malik's, and now I have subscribers and moderators who are from Geo Malik's channel. That's how I started watching Love After Lockup live. And I was hitting my numbers hard. Like I was gaining subscribers like that. And then I had people, I had like 5,000, sometimes 10,000 views on my videos because I was consistent and people knew me, and I collaborated with other people on their channels. And so that's kind of how that's how I kind of got started. I was, chugging along. I was happy. I'm more comfortable on other people's channels than on mine. Because it gives me another person. I work very well with other people. It gives me another person to bounce off of. And so everything was going around fine until last April when my mom passed away. So my channel was growing. I was advertising it on Twitter and everything was chugging along until my mom passed away suddenly, like out of the blue. And so come April last year, I stopped doing my YouTube channel. I wasn't in the mood to do it, nothing. And then we had to move during the summer. So from April to like maybe August or September, I didn't really do any videos. So of course, if you have a YouTube channel, you're a content creator, your analytics go down and all this other stuff. So now I just having to like rebuild up my channel because I felt like doing videos now. So that's kind of like the story of my channel, how I got the name Infamous Kiki. I crack people up apparently. Apparently I'm funny. In real life, I'm real shy. Like I'm an introvert. A lot of people know, not a lot of people, but certain people know about details of my life that I come on here, and I keep it real. When I do my Love After Lockup, it's because I've lived it. I've dated men who've been incarcerated. My ex was incarcerated for 3 years before we met, though. So I don't comment or do things that I don't feel like I live or have a passion for. I'm not going to get on here and just talk about shit that I don't know about, or talk about shows that I don't know about, or tell stories. People said I'm a good storyteller. I like to tell stories. I have so many stories to tell. And I appreciate the interaction. This is kind of like, it's almost like therapy, me doing it. It's kind of like therapy. And so that's how my channel got started. Another question I've had about who am I in my real life? In my real life, my non-YouTube life, I work a regular job as an accountant. I've said that before. I work from home. What else? I'm an artist. Like if some of you, I'm Facebook friends with a few of y'all. We all know my real name. And if you know my real name and Google my real name, it'll bring up all kinds of articles and gallery showings and all kinds of things. And people are like, oh my God, you're famous. And I'm not really famous. Maybe locally, I'm kind of well known because I have artwork all over the world. I'm a digital artist. Sometimes in the community tab, I'll showcase my artwork, but sometimes because of the size of it, it only lets you post certain sizes of pictures. And so, but on videos, I've showed you guys my walls. I have artwork all over my walls. I have tapestries that I painted. I sold things. I used to have a business, but when my mom died, I put my business on high. My businesses, I had 3 online businesses, successful businesses, and I put them all on hiatus because my heart wasn't in it. And my mother helped me with my businesses. She was the person who helped processing the orders and shipping and all that. And so without her helping me, it's kind of hard. I mean, I want to get back into it, but I guess my heart is not really in it. But I would definitely want to get back to my artwork. I really got a lot to express regarding grief with my artwork, and I want to do that. I want to pick back art. Recently I did win an art contest with one of my older pieces. I won money. I've traveled. I've met famous people. I've done a lot. Like I said, if you knew my real name, you Google me, I've been on covers of magazines. I've shown my magazine covers before. So I've done a lot in my real life. I'm successful. I'm pretty successful. And I like my privacy, but then I'm kind of in the public. So I'm kind of private public, but I do try to keep my privacy, but then I like to talk and I come on here and talk. So, that's another question somebody had about who am I? Education. People were like, what degree? I have a degree in journalism. I wanted to be a journalist for a long time. I used to be a protester. Y'all watch my All About Me videos. I talk about me being on a no-fly list. I used to be an anti-war protester in my 20s. I did the Homeland Security put me on a no-fly list. Go check the video out in the All About Me section. Um, um, what is my dream? Somebody's asked me what are my dreams in years to come. I want to travel more. I want to get out. I want to travel more. Get a passport. I want to see other countries. Me and my kids. So I definitely want to do that. Somebody asked me what did I want to be as a kid. I want to be a writer. I want to be a writer real bad. I still have ideas, and I wrote a lot of poetry when I was in college. I have poetry out there published. Again, if y'all would Google my real name, you pull up, y'all be amazed. Like people be amazed. Like when I come over here and talk crazy, especially when I come over here, I'll be real hood with it. I'll be like, yo, what's good? What's good? Like people are like, do you know, like in real life, like she's like this accomplished person, and you know, have this whole persona, like this whole persona with my kids. I'm like all straight laced and vanilla. But then, then I come on here and talk about like how many sex clubs I went to. And people are like people don't know that, people are like, wait a minute, what? So like on here, like on YouTube, y'all know me as like, wow, and then really in my real life, nobody would think I was that way. They'd be like, oh no, she's humble and sweet and kind and vanilla. I like to keep that facet. I feel like I'm kind of like a superhero. Like on here, I can be the real me, but then like when I'm not online, I feel like Bruce Wayne and Batman. I feel like when I come online, I can be Batman, but then like when I'm not online, I'm more like Bruce Wayne. I'm respectable and businesslike, and just like just plain on me. Don't mind me none. Um, Okay. Being single. Y'all see I've done various videos about me being single. It's going, y'all. It's going. It's going, y'all. Being single is fun, but it's kind of not fun. And for those of y'all who didn't know, I had a 5-year relationship that I ended because this person is like Chance from Love After Lockup. He is not, the kind of person that should be in a relationship. He has a lot of work to do, and I am not the person to help him do it. And I don't want to sit there and waste my time and waste my life trying to help him do it. I feel like I need to go live my own life. I was married. Y'all know that I was married to a wonderful man. Um, and wonderful man and father, and his life was cut tragically short. And so I've learned through my husband's death, my mom's death, my cat I had to put to sleep last year, a lot of grief. I learned through a lot of grief and lost a lot of people. I lost my best friend 10 years ago. He died of a back tumor at the age of 27. And I've lost a lot of people, and I've learned that like life is short, and that I want to live my life. There's things I want to see, I want to do, I want to experience. I want to be in love. I want to, be in lust. I want to be in like. I want to be in limerence. I want to be in all that. And if I got to wait forever to find my person, then I'm going to wait forever to find my person. That's how I feel. And so I get on here and I laugh and I cry with y'all. And hopefully somebody's watching the videos and going, yes, girl, yes, yes, queen, yes. Because, sometimes I'm like, are y'all out here? I'm just screaming into the void. But, y'all come on here and be like, yes, girl, we got your back. I'm up here put your kids first message. I always have that message. Put your kids first. Put your kids first. And I will scream that to the hilltops when it comes to relationships. And so, that's me. What other questions do I have? Someone, what's your favorite color? My favorite color is red. Red's always my favorite color. Black. I'm a red and black kind of girl. What kind of YouTube channels I subscribe to? No reality shows. I don't really watch. I subscribe to According to Amber and Geo Malik and Auntie's Advice when it comes to reality gossip, but I'm not into celebrities. Most of my channels, if you look at my subscriber list, it is politics, news, XJW channels. but it's a lot of politics. It's a lot of news. It's a lot of history. I love history. I love fantasy. I love anime. So I have a lot of that. I'm really a weirdo, y'all. Like I come across as, sometimes I can put my makeup on and come across as really vampy and I'm like all glamazon, but really I'm a weirdo. Like I like weird things. I'm a weirdo. I'm a straight ass weirdo, y'all. Like I like fantasy and cosplay and I go to conventions and me and my kids, like I'm more into it than they are. Like at this point, I've always been into sci-fi and comics and stuff like that. So I've always been a weirdo. Um, um, Somebody asked me what kind of men do I like. I'm really questioning that. I feel like I'm going through a transition. Yeah, a transition. Oh my God. I feel like I'm going through a transition. Like, I don't know. I'm really starting to question my taste in men. Like, I'm really being single has make you rediscover everything about what you thought that you liked. So, me, like, um, I'm finna name out some names and maybe like Kevin from Love After Lockup. That's like my ex. He looks like Kevin. He acts like Kevin. My ex is ghetto. He's white. He's ghetto. He acts like Kevin. If you watch Love During Lockup, Love After Lockup, the white dude Kevin and Kayla. Kevin is like my that's how most of the dudes I dated have been like that, whether they be black, white, or Hispanic. They've always been like these ultra macho, like hood kind of guy. And now I'm really starting to question that because I'm kind of like, I'm not into women. I'm not gay. I'm not bi. I'm not knocking anybody. You want to be in there, but I'm really starting to question some things, like not regarding women, but like my attractionness to other types of men that I thought I would never be into. But now I'm really starting to be like, I'm like, oh, because okay, let me tell you, I've run across some men that are effeminate, they're non-binary, um, they're gender fluid men. They present, they may be gender fluid, but they go by he or him, and they present as male, and they are male biologically. But then sometimes they may dress in drag, or they may wear makeup, and I'm just like, hmm. A girl is like, oh, me cute, dressed up as like, I'm really starting to question because I never really was really into like the effeminate kind of guy, but I'm really like starting to see here and go, all right, like this is kind of cute. It's kind of I'm really rethinking that whole thing. I'm really rethinking that. Yeah, I'm really going. Because I'm really starting to rethink that. So I had to get back with y'all. What kind of men I like? Because I used to not like dudes with long hair, and now I'm like, I kind of like dudes with long hair. I've seen dudes with long braids. I've seen white dudes with long hair, and I'm like, you know what? I don't really like that because I usually like a good fade. But I'm like, you know, no, I'm starting to see the appeal of it. I really am. Um, I think the next guy that I'll be with is probably going to be more aligned to me liking sci-fi and fantasy and horror than a guy who is not. I think I still want someone who's mentally and emotionally and socially compatible with me. But I think that like I'm really starting to like broaden my horizons of what I'm actually attracted to. That's the key. Because I like attraction. I like attractive man. I really do. I kind of like you to be pretty. Like I like a lot of K-pop. Y'all, if y'all see my vlogs, we go to a lot of me and my bestie. We go to K-pop concerts. So we're going to K-pop concerts this year. I love K-pop, and so I kind of like, K-pop men are not very manly. They're very kind of lady. They call them flower boys. They're very like delicate and soft features, and I never really thought that it was attractive. I think it's cute. I was like, oh, it's cute, like a little puppy cute. But I really thought that was like viscerally like, hey, daddy. But now I'm just kind of like, some of those K-pop boys. Oh my God. I was like, I never thought that was my type, but I don't know. What's my favorite food? I eat keto. So my favorite food is anything I can eat and not get fat. I eat keto, anything I can eat and not blow up. No, if I could eat anything and not gain weight, it would be a donut. I think a donut is my favorite food. And I know people are like, that's not, is that even food? It is food. I like fried sweet things. Like I like fried pies. I like donuts. I like anything that's sweet and fried. So I like a good apple fried pie, cherry fried pie. I don't like chocolate, but I like fried sweet things. So if I could eat that all day, one thing would be a fried pie or a donut, or pastry, any kind of fried pastry. I like I like cinnamon rolls too. I like sugar, even though I don't eat it, but I like it. I crave it. Sometimes I have to go get the low carb stuff online that you can order. So yeah. What else? What kind of music do I listen to? I like K-pop. I straight listen to K-pop. I don't really. I like old school hip hop. Like I was listening to 3 6 Mafia today, because I'm kind of hood with it. I was like, ride spinners. They don't stop. Ride spinners. They don't stop. I don't like slow love music. I like music with a beat. So I like a lot of techno, EDM, Euro trash, techno music. I mean, I like my old school hip hop. I like Tupac and 666 Mafia and Biggie Smalls. Like I like stuff that I grew up listening, rap music. And I like modern day stuff too, but I like Korean hip hop or hip hop from other places, like from Africa, the Caribbean. Um, there's a song that what is that? There's always my cat's food. There's a song that goes, I ain't never been with a baddie. There's a lady rapper called Drea. I think that's her name. I think she's from the Caribbean or Jamaican or something, and I love her. I really love her. These things are really pointy. They're just pointy. It's pointy. Y'all see my cat? This is really pointy. I love it though. It's heavy and it's pointy, but I love it. Like I just, I'm gonna make an entrance and I'm gonna do it. What other questions? What other questions y'all got for me? Somebody asked me how tall I am. I'm tall. I'm 5'10". I'm tall girl. I'm a tall girl. I also did a video showing you guys what my body looks like at a tummy tuck and like a long time ago. And so I just showed everybody my body because people were asking. They were talking about Sarah on Love After Lockup and her tummy tuck issues and all that. And I'm sorry, I apologize about that. The Love After Lockup video, y'all. I just couldn't do it no more. My camera went off and I was like, well, I guess that's, the universe trying to tell me something that the episode was boring, y'all. It was boring. Okay, what are the things that I like on YouTube? I like ASMR. I like ASMR, y'all. I really do. And I don't feel the tingles and everything with ASMR. I just like the whispering. Hi, how are you? And all the ASMR people I subscribe to are all men. Because, if somebody's going to whisper in my ear, then it's going to be a man. Like, I listen to it because it helps me relax. And I feel like it's sensual. Like, I don't feel the tingles and people like doing all this and all that. That is nothing for me at all. At all. I'm not. They say people that experience the tingles and they are like neurodivergent. I'm not neurodivergent. I guess I wish I could experience ASMR like that. I wish I could feel tingles and everything when people are blowing on a microphone, because I thought about doing an ASMR channel, but I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing because I don't experience the tingles. So I don't know, does it sound good or not? So I would have to do a lot of research, but I like ASMR. I like ambient videos that put me to sleep. I like anything that puts me to sleep because I have a hard time sleeping. I have insomnia. Um, what else? Pets. I have a cat and 2 leopard geckos. 2 leopard geckos and a cat. Yeah. I love pets. I love animals. I have 2 children. What else? I've been single. People ask me how long have I been single? A while. Too long. Let's see what else. Oh, somebody's gonna have ask me about my YouTube crush. I do have a YouTube crush. It's a secret though. I can't tell nobody. But I do have a YouTube crush, and he has a YouTube channel with a lot of followers, 250,000 followers. So I'm just a little nobody in the YouTube scheme of things. But I mean, he's married. I don't. Like I said, I've never. If y'all watch some of my other videos, listen to me talk. Do I seem like the type of chick that would take a dude away from their husband? No, I would not. I would not. I'm not trying to take nobody's husband away from them. Not trying to do it. I wouldn't dare. I mean, I wouldn't dare. So my YouTube crush is very married. He's very married, and and he's totally wouldn't be my type. I guess looking at him, you wouldn't pick him to be my type. My YouTube crush, I definitely has a YouTube crush on this person, and I don't want to take him away from us. But I just want to get food out for the weekend. I just, yeah, I just want to get food out for the weekend. So if my YouTube crush is watching this, and if you're watching this, I just want to say, I'm not trying to take away from your wife. I just want to get food out on the weekend. I just want you to wear some costumes and just talk to me and just sit on your lap a little bit. And, that's it. I'm lying, but it's more than that. But, I'm not trying to make nobody, like y'all listen to my videos. Y'all know I've been a mistress before. I dated a married guy for quite a long time, years ago. So I'm not above it. Like, I'm just going to be honest. I'm not above it, not above it. Not above it at all. Not above it. Like I said, I'm not trying to take nobody away from their wife. I'm not good, but I don't know. I've said that before. And if y'all kind of know the story of me being a mistress before, the dude was like ready to leave his wife and kids and just ready to whisk me away. And I was like, hold on, player. Wait a minute, what? I was like, wait a minute, what? No, that's not kind of the arrangement that we had. Like, I don't want to be your wife, dude. Like, I don't want to be nobody. I really don't want to be nobody's wife. I want I want a relationship, but I don't want to be nobody's wife. And if I'm going to be someone's mistress, he better not be leaving his wife. And I'm discreet. Like, I'm not one of these people to be on the internet, like telling all my business and getting angry and falling in love and shit. Let me emphasize that again. Dear YouTube crush, I do not snitch. If we would ever cross paths, you would not have me getting on X or Reddit or making a YouTube video about how I was seeing you, blah, 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 blah. Because snitches get stitches, and I ain't no snitch. I don't kiss and tell. The things that I've said about my ex, who was, I've never mentioned his name, where he lived, nothing. I may tell little details here and there, but he's cool with it. But I am not one to snitch and tell, ladies and gentlemen. I am not here to break up nobody's marriage. I don't do that, and I sure in the hell ain't messy out here in these streets. But I know there's some messy people out here. I'm gonna say less. I'm gonna say less, cause I'm gonna say less. I won't even talk about the things that are already out there, cause that's not my business. It's not my business, and I don't agree with it, because in there are situations where 2 and 2 don't equal 4 to me. It's like 2 and 2 equals like 3.5, or maybe 5 and 3/4. But I'm just gonna say less. But when you out here in these YouTube streets and you're seeing other content creators and talking to other content creators and maybe flirting with them or maybe dating them or whatever on the cool, you just have to be careful, because people be out here snitching. But I just say that I am no snitch. That snitches get stitches, and I am very discreet with mine. And y'all will never hear me telling y'all anything that somebody I know is that would be upset really with me telling it. When I tell y'all stuff about my ex, he subscribes to my channel. He watches my videos, so he already knows what I'm about to say. And he realized that he messed up, and so it's no secret. But I don't be out here kissing and telling and being extra sloppy toppy with it. I don't do that. I'm very discreet. And so if you ever want to slide in my DMs on Instagram, if anybody want to slide in my DMs, if you want to, you slide in my Twitter on Twitter, I'm the infamous Kiki. So if you want to slide in my Twitter, or X account, and you would be like, hey girl, let me whisper in your ear, let me ASMR up in here, I'll be like, baby, the legs will part like the Red Sea. Let me stop, y'all. I'm being messy. I really do. I'm kidding, but then I'm really not kidding. I'm kidding, but then I'm really not. So, but I gotta tell everybody, you want to slide in my DMs, the infamous Kiki on X, on Twitter, formerly known as Twitter. You slide in my DMs. I'm not mad at you. Like I said, I don't kiss and tell. I just but I mean, people think that dudes be sliding my DMs anyway. Let me tell y'all something. Well, my ex, he used to be mad that I would get on YouTube and go live and talk about all kinds of weird, nasty things on the After Dark streams. That he would be so angry at me. He'd be like, "Yeah, all these guys are listening to you," and I'm like, "Honey, ain't nobody sliding in my motherfucking DMs. Men don't even like me like that." Yeah, there's no arrogance here. I am very humble. There's no arrogance here. I don't have a bunch of dudes sliding my DMs, even though all men think that women, we have just dudes just throwing sausages at us at all times and all hours of the day, that we have all these men that are after us. I don't have nobody. When I say I'm single, I am single, single. Like, I'm not talking to nobody. Ain't nobody texting me. I can show you my slide in my DMs. Nobody's trying to chat me up like, hey, Miss Kiki. Nobody. I wish somebody would try to slide in my DMs and chat me up. I would welcome it. I'd be all shocked. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. Cause I'm nervous. Like, I don't understand men and stuff. And so I don't ever think like I'm like very feminine and appealing. So, that's just how I feel about myself. But, I just don't feel like, you know, like this alluring person. I don't know how there's some women out there that just be all out with it, that be sliding them. Like when I watch Love After Lockup, and I watch some of these shows not 90 Day Fiance, when they talk about like Usman. Remember Usman and Kimberly and how she slid in Usman's DM. I'm like, how the fuck do you slide in someone's DMs, y'all? Can y'all explain? Can y'all please help me explain, how do people slide in people's DMs? How does that happen? Like, what do you say in someone's DMs? Like, I have never once in my life like went to a dude and be like, hey, let me slide in your DMs real quick, daddy. Like, I've never ever once in my life slid in someone's DMs. I'll tell y'all, the only exception is as when I'm trying to get information from cast members on Life After Lockup, then I'll slide in their DMs and be like, hey, da da da, because I'm being messy. But like me actually finding someone attractive, especially someone who's attractive who's on a reality show, especially someone who's attractive who's on YouTube. I know women that be watching YouTube videos and some of the male content creators, they have women sliding in their DMs like all the time. They have women sliding in their DMs talking about, oh, you're so cute, da da da. And I'm like, what? First of all, ain't nobody sliding my shit. I'm like, why ain't nobody sliding in my goddamn DMs? Second of all, I wouldn't even have the nerve to slide in someone's DMs if I really thought they were attractive. And then, like I said, Kimberly met Usman by sliding his DMs. Apparently, Chance met this new girl that he dating because she apparently slid in his Reddit DMs. I don't know. I'm like, what in the holy hell is happening here? There are other cast members who have cheated with people or started dating people that they found because they've been on these reality shows and people have slid in their DMs. What? I'll be like, so it's like that? You can just slide in someone's DM and be like, come on, daddy, let's go. I was like, okay, is that how that, what we doing? Is that what we doing now? Is that how that works? I wouldn't even know what to say. I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know what to say. I wouldn't even. Like what am I supposed to say? Like, oh hey, I really like your content. Like, I'm real lame. Like, I'll be all nervous and lame. I really like your content. Hi, my name's Kiki. I live in Texas. And I really like your content and I really think you're cool. And oh my God, I think you're really cute. Like, do you know how lame that fucking sounds? Do you know how lame you have? I have no game. None. Zero game. Like, do you know how lame I sound? Like, I mean, I was like, okay. I just be like, oh, I just sound so lame. Like, I just be like, oh God, I sound so lame. Like right now, y'all, I'm like looking at I'm trying to look at my pictures. But yeah, like I tell people, you know how lame that sounds? That's like you wouldn't even talk to me if I was that lame, right? If I slid in someone's DMs talking on that lame shit. Y'all know y'all would not like me. Y'all would be like, gosh, she's really lame. You're like, this bitch right here is just lame. Like she didn't even know She don't even know how to spit no game or nothing. Like I just wouldn't even know what to say. So y'all put it in the comments. How do y'all be sliding in people's DMs? What y'all be saying to people? And like I said, the same thing with men. It's not just women. I know dudes that have slid in people's DMs on these reality shows too. And so so it's not just the women that do it, but the men too. And I'm just like, what? Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to like open these files, and it's just not working for me. I don't think it's working for me, or it is, or it is. I'm gonna show y'all something like y'all wanna see. This is my ex. You don't see it? This is my ex that I fell in love with. That I was very much in love with. We were together for 5 years, y'all. That's my ex. And this is me and my ex. It's me and my ex together. Me looking at him crazy. Me looking at him crazy. Like I still have the pictures of us together. So us together. Look how skinny I was back then. Look. Look how cute I was though. Yeah, that's me and my ex together. Here's us together. This is my favorite picture of us. Let me see. So y'all just get some context. It's me and my ex. I was so happy then. Look at my face, y'all. Look at my face. Look how happy I am. So I just give y'all a little context. I was very much in love with him. Very much. We went to a wedding together. Look how sweet I look. Can you believe it? Miss Kiki was ever that sweet and in love. I was so in love with him. Like love and love and love. Like very much in love. Let me get this out of the way. So here's us together. I had never been so happy, and me and my ex together. And we were very happy. Like I was very happy. Um, I was very happy. This is when we went to San Antonio. I was very much in love with this person and very happy. This picture's hard to see. But, all good things must come to an end. But let's just give y'all some context. Now, some of y'all want to be messy. I asked about the ex. My ex still calls me. My ex still calls me. So, I mean, not calls me, text me. He texted me the other day. Um, y'all, a lot of y'all know my ex. Y'all know him as Dick Grimes. Some of y'all know him as allegedly, because this is my alleged boyfriend. And a lot of y'all know I used to do my live streams, and he would be in the background, and he would like be talking, and we'd both be like, he'd be like on the side chopping it up. But sometimes I gotta take a trip down memory lane, y'all. I just gotta reminisce a little bit, but that's just a little bit of context about me. This Q&A is about to come to an end. What else? What else did y'all ask? I had like a whole list of things that y'all were asking. I don't know. You guys are having a bunch of party. Somebody asked, would I ever get married again? No, I don't. I don't know if. I want a monogamous relationship. Don't get me wrong, y'all. But I don't know how to go about it. Really, because being on dating apps, I'm gonna do a dating app update. It is not pretty. It's not cute. It's not been good, y'all. I think I'm gonna be single for a very, very long time, unless I get back with the ex. Don't do it. They're like, don't do it. Don't do it. But and again, with my YouTube crush, I never had a crush on nobody before. Like this kind of took me by surprise. I'm not a crushy kind of girl. Like I'm an INTJ. That's what somebody asked me. What am I on my MBTI, which is the Myers Briggs test? I am the rare INTJ female, which is rare. And it fits me to a T. I'm very logic based. I get everything done. When the ish hits the fan, people are looking at me to fix it. I fix things. I'm logical. I'm methodical. I am all of those things and then some. When it comes to that Myers-Briggs thing, with INTJ, I am very much that. And so, I can be romantic, but then kind of not the most romantic person. And then I'm an introvert, and people don't really believe it, but I'm really like socially introverted and shy, and so and quirky. So I'm very quirky and nerdy. I'm a nerd, y'all. I'm a freaking nerd. I used to be over 300 pounds. I used to be a big girl. So I'm gonna bring those pictures up of me when I was a big girl, and I was unrecognizable. Like y'all wouldn't even recognize me when I was a big girl. I was over 300 and something pounds. So it's a miracle that I even got married. It's a miracle that I even found somebody really. My late husband didn't care how big I was. I met him at one size, and then once I had a baby, I ballooned up and I gained more and more weight. And he never once said anything to me about my size, about my weight. He never made me feel I lost weight because of health issues and because I wanted to. My I think my husband probably would have preferred me being a big girl because once I got to be thinner, I should say, then it came with a little bit more of attention, and I was feeling myself a little bit more, a lot. But yeah, me losing 167 pounds and keeping it off all of these years through back. I've had back surgeries. I've had back issues. Y'all know I've talked about that. Um, I've had tragedy strikes me that derailed my working out. I've talked about that, but I've still kept it off. I've still, have to, and I'm really hard on myself, and I have to work on that. So, my life has been a journey, and you guys are just on the ride with me, hopefully. But I've never been that girl. Like, I've never been the girl that, like, a lot of dudes pay attention to. But I have been that girl that once we are together, I can't get rid of you. Because I'm going to tell y'all something now. If y'all man get close to me, he gonna want to ride out and get ghosts with me. Like it's the truth. He'll show for me, but he got to get rid of them hoes for me. I'll be having. Y'all remember that song? Like it's supposed to be by Omarion and Chris Brown and Aoka. That was my song. Everybody be like, "Oh, this is your part, Kiki." I'll be having that sell his soul for me if he want me to expose the freak. Like, yeah, because this is true. Like, I don't pull dudes quickly, but the dudes all my exes that have been with me, they all won't leave me alone. Like, they all call me. I don't care. Years be going by, and they still be hitting me up. That's the only people that do be sliding my DMs is my exes. My exes, they'll be married. They have kids. They be like, oh, I'm just calling to see how you are. I'm like, I'm good. They're like, oh, you see, you still looking good, Ma. Oh, oh, okay. I see you on YouTube doing your thing. I mean, hell, I think if I could get all my exes to be subscribers, I'd get over that 1,000 subscriber mark. But yeah, my exes, they can't leave me alone. Though that's one thing I can't say because I get a hold of you. Yeah, you might want to. I take the bag to my YouTube crush. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't fuck with me. Don't do it. Don't do it. You be like, fuck the UK. Here I come. Like I'm finna go to Texas. I'm finna live right here with the motherfucking cows. Like I'm finna he gonna be in the backyard. I be like, baby, you good out there? Okay, you good? Okay, yeah, you good. Like, is that a man in your backyard? Don't worry about it. Mind your business. Don't mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. Cause I'd have some dudes to be like, they didn't want to get ghosts. They'd be like, where your man at? I was like, ooh, I think he in my house. Ooh, I think Mickey. I hear my kids out here cutting up. I don't know, if your man get close to me, he want to ride out, he'll get ghosts for me. You know what I'm saying? I'll be having his selling his soul for me. Like it happens. Like it's not something I do on purpose. I'm not trying to sound arrogant, but it has happened. So yeah. So, but anyway, that's the Q&A for now. I've talked long enough. And I just appreciate everybody's coming. Make sure you thumbs up and like this video. All the people that came here and listened to me drone on, and Fabulous Me, GSP, and whoever else in here, all my creepy stalkers and I know I got stalkers in here. I know people that come and watch my videos that don't even watch any of the shows that I watch. They don't give a damn about none of these damn shows. They just want to come in here and stare at your girl for a minute. Sir or madam, I appreciate you. I appreciate you being a voyeur and being nosy. Some of y'all come in here. Some of y'all, I think some of my exes come in here and be nosy. So to my exes out there, I like to say hi. Text me. I'm waiting for your text. Text me. Text me. I know you're gonna text me at any moment now. Or call me tomorrow, whatever. You feel like that, like again, if you feel like you feel the need to slide in my DMs, the infamous Kiki at on Twitter, just like it's spelled here. If you feel like you want to slide in my DMs after this live stream, you go right ahead and do that. Okay. If you feel like you want to collaborate, you want the wonderful Kiki on your channel to come up there and say something rude, crude, nasty, or classy or sassy, then that would be me. We can collaborate. I'll be on your channel. Yeah, you want me to be on your channel? You want me to wear a costume, bitch? I will wear a costume. I got a closet. I got a closet over there full of costumes. I got a closet full of costumes. I got more crowns and more diadems than you can shake a stick at. I like to dress up in many ways. I like to dress up. I like to dress up. That's me trying to be sexy, y'all. You see how unseductive that was. I'm like, hey, daddy, I like to dress up, daddy. I tried. That's as good as it gets, y'all. That's as good as my sexiness gets. But yeah, I do collaborations for free. I support people's channels all the time. So if you see me joining your Patreon or your OnlyFans, I'm just there to support. I'm not there to look at your naked pictures. There's certain content creators that have OnlyFans on here. And I'm like, do you, boo? Do you? I'm not. Go get your coin. I should start an OnlyFans. Like, I thought about it, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you guys are gonna pay to see my chocha. OnlyFans coming next. I'm just playing. Y'all want to see my OF? No, I'm just playing. But I appreciate everybody being here and listening to me drone on and on and on for about 2 hours. And I gotta get back to work, y'all. But I love y'all. I really do, and appreciate y'all being here in my little bitty channel. And I'm gonna sign off until next time. I'll be back here next week and hopefully watch that Love After Lockup video, because I'm sorry, y'all. Apologize. I just couldn't do it. Everything just seemed so fake, that episode. I'm sorry, y'all. I apologize. But thank you on the stream. I love y'all. Peace out. Have a good day. ASMR. Drop the mic. ASMR. Goodbye. Cut in the stream. Cut.